Hi guys, it's Chris here with the Mlais M7 Plus. So this has a MediaTek Octacore within it. It's got the MTK6753 chipset, and the Mlais T760 GPU. So I've been using the phone for a little while now. Just give you my thoughts and impressions in a very quick review. I'll try to be as quick as possible here and cover all the aspects of the phone that I can think of. So we have the front-facing 5 megapixel camera. And the trim around the outside here is metal with volume up and down rocker, power on, microphone at the bottom, and metal trim goes all around the outside here, micro USB port, 3.5mm jack, 13 megapixel camera on the back, fingerprint sensor that didn't work for me originally until I updated the phone with the wireless update, LED flash of course, Mlais logo, loudspeaker. And if I pull the back off here, you can see that it's that flexible plasticky material that a lot of phones use to clip on the removable back cover there. So it's got a 2800 milliamp hour battery, also they claim, micro SIM card slot, and a full-size SIM here that you put in lengthwise here. So horizontally it just goes in. I haven't actually seen that before. And then the micro SIM card slot goes below that SIM that you just slot in horizontally there. Okay, and then you can see the loudspeaker there. Now there's an LTE antenna right here, one at the top, and GPS and wireless antennas right there. So the overall screen is pretty average, the quality of it. It's a 720p screen only, so when compared to the 1080p screens, it doesn't look as sharp. I'll just show you there. Overall, it offers pretty good colors. Brightness is a little disappointing, especially out in bright sunshine. It can be quite hard to make out the screen. Now, that could be because they put the screen protector on it already. Now, Mlais claim that it has Gorilla Glass 3, but I really doubt that because they've put the screen protector on it, and really it's their word against ours that they've used the scratch-resistant glass. Hopefully they have. And also up here we have, that's the ambient light sensor there, and proximity sensor right there all in one. So as I mentioned, it's running it has a fingerprint sensor, but that didn't actually work until just recently when I managed to get the over-the-air update for that. So just jump into the settings here and show you very quickly how that works. So it comes up here, finger scanner, and all you need to do is just register with your finger. So you need to keep tapping it the whole time, and then you can use that to unlock and lock the screen. So you can go along here and select fingerprint lock to unlock the actual phone. So if I lock it now and then touch my finger here, it should quickly just unlock it. But as you can see, there we go. Now it's going to work. It's a little trial and error. Sometimes it doesn't work. It's not too bad. It's not as bad as the first fingerprint sensors when they sometimes didn't work hardly at all. But you know, it could be better. I prefer Samsung and Apple's way of doing the fingerprint scanners there. So it's running Android 5.1. You can see there. And overall performance around the UI is good. I noticed no lags here. It does have that octa-core. I'll just quickly show CPU Z here. There's a bit of information there so you can see the 8 cores. Now it has a full 3 gigs of RAM here, so plenty of RAM to play with. You can see the GPU, the Mlais T720, and the available RAM here. We've got about, on first boot, around about just over normally 2 gigabytes free there, so plenty of RAM to play with for those that like to multitask. And as I quickly show you the sensors, so orientation sensor, accelerometer, magnetometer, that's what it has on board, and proximity and light, but it's not picking up the info from those sensors there. So I'm just going to show you some benchmarks for those interested in the performance of the MediaTek MT6752. 64-bit is what it's running, so 36,022 5.7.1 score here. And there's minor details there for those that want to see all the other details. Scored okay. I honestly expected it probably to get around 40,000, but it could be down to optimizations within the ROM or perhaps the RAM speed or other factors. Geekbench 3 score here. A little slow on the single core side for the chipset, what I expected. And that's how it compares to other devices. So very similar score to the Moto X there, which is interesting because that's got quite an older chipset, Snapdragon S4 Pro. And the multi-core score there, slightly faster than the Galaxy S5. And here's the Ice Storm score. Slingshot score there, very demanding benchmark that one, so it's normal that it didn't really score that well. And this is the Antutu tester battery ranking. Now the screen on time battery life, you're looking probably around just below 4 hours screen on time there, but I think you should be able to make it through a day. You should at least be able to get screen on time even about 4 hours there, because I was running the Antutu tester here, which is quite stressful, was going through looping a benchmark there with the video test, the web test, and that did run for 5 hours and 16 minutes there, you can see. And there's the power consumption. So most of the consumption was the screen here. Phone idle as well seems to consume a little more than I'd hoped for. It seems to drop down about 3% every hour. And here we have the screen on time there again. So what else can I show you is the 4G speeds. LTE does have 4G, and those speeds were okay there, but of course this is very dependent on how many people were actually on the network at the same time that I was doing this test, whether it was oversaturated or not. But their score's okay there, it wasn't too bad for the 4G there that I got. Not the highest scores I have seen, but again, not really too bad there. Now GPS works fine, which is good to see. I know that a lot of these MediaTek chipsets, the earlier ones anyway, had a lot of problems with GPS, but no, this seems to be running okay there. Got a good lock, the accuracy of 8 feet, and when I did start to move around and walk or driving in the car, the accuracy would jump up to about 20, but still okay, but moving along, it did struggle a little more to maintain that lock there with GPS. Now the camera I find a little disappointing, to be honest. I'll just go through here some of the sample images that I did take. The problem with the camera is, I think it's the lens. Sometimes the images just looked a little lacking detail, a little bit blurry. This is a low light shot here. Now if you want to download these images, you can. There is a link in the description of the videos and the images here that I'm showing you, so you can check those out on your own monitor in greater detail. So we have a look here, that this is a night shot that I took, so it's come out very blurry and basically not really that great. It's the shot here with the flash, low light, and you can see without the flash there. So it did lighten up this area around here a little with the flash. Another low light photo. Again, not too bad, I guess, because it did capture some details. You can see people's faces and you can read the number plate at least. And a few other photos here I took in sunset conditions. This photo particularly wasn't too bad because it captured most of those details there. You can read all the sign and everything. So overall, the camera macro shot, the IMX214 tends to take pretty good macro shots. Overall, the camera is okay, and if you want to take any serious photos, then I would take along a digital camera there with me. There's a good photo that came out okay then. Depending on good lighting conditions, just like the typical 13 megapixel Sony sensors, in good lighting conditions, take a good photo and capture quite a few details there. High dynamic range is a bit of disaster. It tends to just completely, it's over the top really on the way how it's lightened everything up there. It creates an almost artificial, very artificial looking photo there. High dynamic range. And the video quality is okay. And it records in 3GP format, which is interesting. And if I just zoom in there a little, the quality of the video is, to be honest, average. I have definitely seen better than that. So camera, it's okay. I'll just quickly show you the options you do get with the camera. Very basic really. There's a few things on there. You got beauty face, exposure, you can control scene mode. I kept that on auto the whole time. Anti-flicker and anti-shake, face detection. With the video they do have a noise reduction, microphone. Keep the microphone on, of course. Now voice calls from the phone, they're okay. I didn't have any real issues there. They seem to be okay. The microphone seemed a little muffled apparently to the caller on the other end. At times the quality wasn't brilliant there, but overall they said it was fine. The call quality, nothing amazing, and it wasn't horrible or anything like that, so not too bad. Now Play Store of course is installed on here and it does work, but I just need to get my internet connection on. And here's a quick look at gaming here. The Mlais T720, sorry, tends to do a good job here. And with the 720p screen here, it makes it a lot easier for gaming. And even a demanding game like this one is running fine.
Let's go. Thanks.
And here's a look at Mortal Kombat X. Running the Unreal Engine, another demanding game. You can see that this phone, the Octacore, has no trouble running this. Okay, so that's the Mlais M7 Plus. Overall, it's an okay phone. Do I recommend it? Well, it depends. If you can get this for a good price, it'll do you well, I think. Just a few concerns maybe on just how long that battery is going to last, if it will actually be able to go through a whole day. It should do. Some more on-screen time would have been nice though, really. I think about 4 hours might not be cutting it. Maybe 5 or 6 would be better, but overall, performance of the phone is really good with the octa-core. You've got plenty of RAM on there, 3 gigs of RAM is really good. But I think for the price range, this is around about 170, 180 US. That there are other options out there that are much better, like the Xiaomi Redmi Note 2 as well as one that I looked at before. There's probably better off with one of those. So that's the Mlais M7 Plus. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully catch you in my next one. Bye for now.